Hey, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Gimme Back My Horror Movies, the podcast. I am one of your hosts, Charlie. The other host, I don't know what nost is. What's nost, Nate?
I
I
don't
was going to
really
say Nate
know.
and host at the same time. And I'm
That's
just
actually a
going with it.
nost.
You are the nost with the most, Nate. Say hello to the people, Nate.
Say my name. Say my name.
That's where we're going.
That's
with
where
this
we're
tonight.
going.
That's where
For
we're
very
going.
dumb reasons later on, but we'll get into that.
Yeah, let's not set this thing on fire
This
just yet. 'Cause
episode doesn't have Beyonce. I'm sorry.
that's it. Wish it did. We got one more introduction we got to do, Nate. We have a special fill-in host because two of our others flaked on us, but we have the always dependable, always reliable Sludge from Monster Movie Stompdown. Say hello, Sludge.
What's up, everybody?
And don't take that as like your third string or anything.
Yeah,
This was
you're
just
actually
called.
I'm
third
third string.
string.
I
And
know.
then he's like, all right, screw you guys. Come April, you're not getting any of my help.
That's right. None. After
Nothing.
if I had realized ahead of time what I was getting into, I would have been like, "No, you go pick fourth string. I'm not doing it."
Which is
that's
Dan,
true.
who's actually the fifth string.
Yeah, Dan is like fifth string, and yet he is asking to come onto the show.
Yeah.
A couple of times now.
Very
so
odd.
it's gonna feel weird doing a horror show with Dan, but you know what? I think we'll make it entertaining. We'll figure it out. But it's okay, Sludge. I've treated you good in the past.
You have.
You're good now. We're good.
Okay.
Um.
I'll allow
So
it.
yeah, is there ever? Okay, he's allowing it, Nate. We're good.
That's
We're
good.
good
That's
to go.
good. I'm glad we got the permission.
We can proceed. So, as everyone can see on the title, we are jumping on the bandwagon and reviewing the brand new straight to Netflix.
Can you talk
That's
today?
how.
Is
That's
that how
tonight.
that
That's
happened?
tonight, boys. I'm so mad that I'm eating my words. Nah, the straight to Netflix release of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Why'd I pick this, Nate?
I figured you were just being lazy.
No,
I really
it
thought it was like Monday night. We're like, well, we haven't picked a movie yet.
You were trying to be like Pete. You like self-torture. That's what it is.
It is. And speaking of that, Pete picked the next horror movie he's on, and it's a Korean selection. So we'll see how Charlie
Ooh,
survives.
I'm excited.
That could be interesting.
But no, I really picked this one because, like Nate says, sometimes we're just like, oh crap, we got to pick a movie. I had seen this one was coming out, and now I'm seeing the literal civil war in the horror community going on. It is one side versus another. Either they have loved this movie, I don't know why, or have absolutely hated it. I totally understand. So I was like, you know what? How often do we get to review a movie that literally just came out like a week or so ago? I mean, from when we release. Um, and it is a direct sequel, supposedly, to the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So guess what? We're Give Me Back My Horror Movies. Let's see how well these guys can live up to that name. And can you give me back that feeling that the first movie gave us? Spoiler alert, they can't.
If this is a direct sequel to the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre, then I say that Bat Thumb by Steve Odekirk is equally a direct sequel to the original Tim Burton Batman.
I dig it. I dig it. That was some deep cuts right there, but I love it.
That's why you bring Sludge on.
We lost Nate though. Nate's gone.
Yeah, because I'm like, oh, I want to watch Thumb Wars.
Oh, another great one.
Uh,
Thumbtanic is the
no,
only version of that movie I will watch.
That's true. That makes sense.
That's
for you.
right. Sludge's disdain for Celine Dion and Titanic. It's well known throughout the podcast world.
Despise.
But yeah, it's almost as bad as this movie. So, guys,
Almost.
before I absolutely tear into this movie, anything going on? Anything you want to bring up before we just destroy this movie? Anything you want to bring up, Sludge, that may be coming down the pipe?
Yeah, we actually, if you listen to the last episode, announced we have some new members coming to the Monster Movie Stompdown. They actually
I heard about that.
They will be premiering in April. They'll be doing mostly like our commercials, ads, and things on the social medias. But they're going to get their own little eps. We finally decided they're going to do like a 15-minute episode a month that they're going to get started on because they're a nice guy. Well, one of them's super nice. The other one's really good at what he does. He's just kind of a prick. But they're
I know what
they're
that's
good
like.
dudes. Yeah. So
We have a co-host like that, right, Nate?
I'm not gonna say names.
but yeah,
I did. I don't care.
We're stoked about it. These guys are going to be really cool. We're thinking we're going to add a lot to the show, and then we've also got a new content feature for the social medias that are coming out on Wednesdays from Ruben. It's going to be Monster Mash Wednesdays, and he's going to be focused on music from monster movies, like stuff that's like
I like that
or have heard before.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
I love that.
And he's going to deep dive into it, like who wrote it, why they wrote it, inspirations behind it, other mediums that have used that song. You know, anything from the Godzilla theme from Akira Ifukube all the way up to something like
RoboCop.
Yes, RoboCop, but like Cry Little Sister from Lost Boys.
Oh,
I mean, it's going to go
yes.
all across the board, and so we got those two things coming, and we're excited for everybody to hear those. And
Well, Nate's already not. I can see it in his eyes. He's stealing that idea now.
Yeah, I'm
He's like,
already
I need a
I'm
music
taking
segment
that
for
my
these
own
movies.
idea.
Yeah, and I've actually composed some music. If you've heard some of the earlier episodes, so I might end up on that segment once in a while. So it may work out.
I told Ruben, I was like, man, Ruben, you should just let me in on this. And I mean, considering I do all the music for a majority
Everything.
Yeah, of things.
Our intro is a Sludge original too. I mean,
I think we're about to have 4 intros on the network that I've done all of them. And Ruben's like, "No, you suck." And I'm like, "Okay, whatever."
Oh, thanks, Ruben.
Thanks, Ruben.
Thanks.
Nah,
there's Ruben's first shout out on the horror show. Ruben, you suck.
Nah, it's totally Ruben's bag, man. Like Ruben is a major music aficionado, so he's going to knock this out of the park.
Is.
I'm so.
I can say it's in good hands being with him.
Definitely.
But, Nate, anything nice we want to talk about before we just destroy this movie?
Well, let's see. It's March now. Are we gonna let someone pick a movie like in the group? Are we gonna do that?
Well, someone has to replace you because you're still grounded.
Okay, yeah, but I'm talking about like the people. Are we gonna let them vote?
I don't know, man. Between the polls that we get posted in there, some of the weird videos that get posted in there, I don't know if I trust them. I really don't know.
Found out all of reality television is scripted. Very disappointed by that. You tell me that's a reality fake island on Survivor.
Hey, it could be a fun idea, but you could also subject yourselves to things like Colossal and Killdozer. We've done that a few times.
What was the one that Mark absolutely Ship of Monsters?
Oh, but that was a brilliant movie.
Of Monsters.
I love that movie.
I just love Mark's disdain for it. It just
he
makes me happy.
He hates it as much, if not more, than I hate Titanic.
That's awesome. All right, boys. Well, we're gonna play the trailer, and then we're gonna tear this movie apart. So everybody, hold tight.
So Harlow is a ghost town.
We have a vision for this place. All it needs is young blood.
I don't want to live here. This is a chance for people to start fresh somewhere. Somewhere safe.
Hey guys, you should see this.
What are you doing in our house? You really shouldn't be here.
This is Hardesty.
Sally, I'm afraid your old friend's back.
50 years I've been waiting for this night. Just to see him again. Leatherface.
Looks like it's you that he wants.
I'm not gonna let him kill you. Fear no evil. Fear no evil.
Try anything and you're canceled, bro.
Okay, that's done.
We'd made it.
Oh man. I didn't watch the trailer before I watched the movie.
Same.
Only thing I knew was it was the part 2. It was the continuation of the original story. That's the only thing I went into this movie in my brain, and that was it. So I'm glad I did that, because this trailer, I think, would have made me even more disappointed, because I did like how they did this trailer. It had the right tone. It felt like it was going to be a Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie. It felt like it was going to be gritty and dirty and just, visceral. And I'm glad I didn't get that much more disappointed. So, all right, it's time to bring the energy levels back up here. Sludge, you still with us here, bud? You've been awful quiet.
Oh, I'm with you, and I don't know if I'm gonna bring the energy level up, because if I'd have seen that trailer, I probably would have watched the movie in the first place. So,
Oh man,
Doing what all good dads do, conserving energy.
conserving
that's right.
energy.
I got to with the wild ones I have.
Yeah, I believe that. I believe that. So let's bring this energy level up here. Nate, put the drink down, or there, take a drink. Oh, he's professional now. Nate's
Yes.
world famous 3-sentence synopsis, which I'm gonna change it up a little bit. This is more like the Nate absolute badass intro. I think that's what we're gonna call this one. I think that works better. So
I think so too.
yeah, this is the now will be world famous badass movie intro.
Time to rev up your chainsaws! Coming all the way from the great state of Texas! It's going to be a massacre!
That was
You-
awesome.
You guys couldn't see what we saw, but he got up
It was
out of his
great.
chair, stepped away from the mic because he knew he would blow it out, and went for it.
Oh, he definitely went for it. That's
Something very rare
That
is
was
me actually
balls to the
getting out of my
wall.
chair.
And as like the last episode with Pete, we were like, I don't know how you're going to top it. Guess what, Nate? You topped it again. You're just going to have to keep bringing the thunder
It's gonna
every
get really
episode.
hard after like the third one.
Nate's going to have the megaphone ready to go. Everything.
Yeah,
it's going to force you to be creative, unlike the people
I
who
don't
did this
like
movie.
that.
So I was extremely hopeful, especially once I saw Fede Alvarez was involved with this project.
Oh, same. Like when
I was too.
the man redid Evil Dead and did it fantastically. So
I loved that.
high hopes
version
for
of
this
it.
one, you know?
Yeah.
Evil Dead was great. Like, as far as remakes, that may be the only remake I actually like, genuinely like.
I mean, it's literally our raining blood drop. Our raining blood is the scene at the end where it's raining blood. So we are fans of that movie. But I was just incredibly hopeful for them to pay respect to the movie, I guess.
Yeah, and like kind
And-
of like I don't know, like pass the torch in a way, or maybe like give us something better than expected at least.
I don't know if I would go past the torch. I think because they said this is directly after the first Chainsaw Massacre, I was expecting a continuation of the story, fill us in with what's been going on for 50 years, and B, to still give us that gritty feel that first movie gave us. Because
Yeah.
even Toby Hooper has gone on record saying the first movie didn't get the dark humor in it that originally wanted to put into it. Budget time, editing, stuff like that. Which is why it went insane on the second one.
Yeah, because even
Texas
he
Chainsaw
says
Massacre 2 was just
a horror comedy. And like
Yeah, it's
he's like,
batshit.
hey,
Yeah.
the first one is absolutely terrifying. You can't make something more terrifying, so why not go the complete opposite direction?
Yeah.
And do batshit crazy.
Yeah,
Now-
it's like
more blood, more everything. Yeah.
that's like
Go ahead, Sludge.
that's like what Sam Raimi did with Evil Dead. I mean, it's
yeah,
like
exactly.
Evil first one terrifying, second one balls to the wall insane. It's like
Just
he looked at these
go
movies and
for
was
it.
like, this is what we need to do because it worked.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like there's
So-
certain movies where like their plot works so well that it's kind of hard to ever do a proper sequel to. Think like Predator 1 and 2. After that, Predators did a damn good job, but like it's just hard to like what do you do? Just throw another team of commandos into the jungle? Terminator
Well,
2.
I
They
mean-
haven't gotten it right since Terminator 2. It ended perfectly.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Um,
I mean,
There's
there
only
are
one
points-
Highlander movie because of how good Highlander was. You never needed another one.
we're getting another
Yes,
one.
we
man.
are.
We're getting another one, and I'm excited.
And-
I am excited.
and I will actually fight for Highlander 2 Renegade version.
Man, that's a weird hill to die on.
I will die.
I'm still saying I want to do a double feature where we do Renegade and the regular version.
Poor
Oh, I would
Dan
totally
will have a
do that.
nightmare.
I think it would be hilarious and awesome the entire way. But I am a proponent for the second Highlander.
Well, it's like
as
you
well,
can't
but-
have Leatherface go to Dallas. You can't have Leatherface does Dallas because it doesn't make any sense. Like it, though that is a movie I would totally watch.
Oh yeah, I'd watch.
Are
that.
you,
you have to,
saying
like-
you want to see Leatherface naked? Nate?
Yes.
Is that, okay. I'm
That's
just
pretty much what I was
I'm
going for.
guessing, depending on how you type it, you might find something that's already been
possible.
done.
But like you have to set up a movie where another group would have to go to rural Texas, which no one wants
Yes.
to do. So what
No,
gives you
because
is just one movie and then a second one which just ends up towards the end just copying the first movie. But it doesn't matter because it's the same team.
right, but it had a better driving force because he was there to exact revenge on Leatherface, on the family, on
Yeah,
everyone
exactly.
that killed
Yeah.
the
Like,
kids. So there
worked.
was this drive. Yes, it worked. And okay, so like I said, we're going to spoil the crap out of this. Sally's back in this one. Obviously, it's not the original Sally. Unfortunately, she passed away in 2014.
Yep.
I still don't think it would have helped anything with this movie, and hopefully she
no,
would've said
not
no.
whatsoever. Because
None.
like where Halloween 2018 did an excellent job of like what PTSD can do to your family and like wreck your life
Mm.
from surviving something like that. This one's like, she becomes a Texas Ranger and that's it.
No build up, because I was actually like where they said she was a Texas Ranger. I was like, oh, they're going the route.
She's gonna be a
of-
badass.
Yeah, they're going the route of the second Texas Chainsaw Massacre
That-
because that's what
That's
he
what I
was.
thought. Same thing.
He is a Texas
Yep.
Ranger.
I was like, cool
So
little
it's like-
nod. I like that.
Yes,
Yeah.
let's keep that same little vein that explains why. And all we get is a mention of her at first. That's it. Just a picture of her from back in 74 in the
And it's like
newspaper.
a documentary that's being
A-
shown on TV, like a true crime Netflix special, basically.
My wife watching one of those, murder things on television, she's watching that. And the guy just makes a passing remark that, oh yeah, she was a Texas Ranger and she's been hunting for him ever since.
And one of the
Bull
things
crap.
too, like
Yeah.
once it cuts away from that, you notice just how clean looking this movie looks, which drove me insane. Like
Yes.
it is
Yeah.
too clean.
So this
Throw
is
mud on the camera lens.
I felt like honestly watching it, like the polish on this, I literally when I was like, this looks polished, and it made me think, I'm like, what movie am I thinking of for how this looks? And I swear to you, Goosebumps, like the new one with Jack Black.
You're right.
I'm
yeah.
like that polish and the color palette. I'm like, I feel like
Yeah.
they were on the same set as Goosebumps.
Yeah, no, I was getting kind of the not that I didn't like the series, and I think Sludge hasn't caught up. Kind of how they've polished part of Tatooine in the Book of Boba Fett.
Oh, I watched the
show.
last 3 episodes,
Yeah.
so we're good. Like,
Are you good?
Yeah,
all
we're good.
caught
I'm
up
caught
now?
up.
Okay. So I kind of felt like that. It's fake dirty. It's supposed to be dirty. It's supposed to be the desert.
It's almost
It's not.
insulting though, where it's supposed to be like, "Oh, Texas is dirty, so this is dirty." And it's like, no, that's not how
Yeah.
this works. And the fact that you literally slap on a face onto the killer, and you're
I
literally
hated that.
slapping on the
Yeah.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre name to this
I
hollow slasher of a movie.
So this is one of those few times that this is such a new movie. I will do this. So essentially, we are 50 years later. This is 50 years after the initial attacks on Sally. Sally got away. This group of millennials, which they're like on the tail end of millennial as far as I'm concerned. They still seemed really young
Yeah,
to be
definitely
millennials.
Gen Z. Like,
Yeah,
all that.
I was
They're
like, they're in that little
That in
mid.
between, but
Exactly.
they remind
I've had
me.
people try to tell me I'm a millennial, and I'm like, dude, I was born in January 1980. I'm the furthest thing from a millennial there is.
But they're like
So it doesn't work like that.
the type of millennial that would tell a black person how racism affects them. That's what they are. They drove me
Yeah.
insane. Like,
And I want to talk about that when we get up there in a minute, because there's a part. This is another disconnect in the movie that I had zero idea what was going on. But so these kids have, and I'm gonna call them kids, whatever. I'm 40 some years old.
They're kids.
They
are.
They've bought the town essentially, and they're trying to revitalize. My guess is they're tired of paying 300, 400, $500,000 for homes that are worth $100,000, and now let's just go buy a rundown town in Texas and make it
actually buying a
destination.
rundown town right now is probably cheaper than buying a house.
Probably is. And there's tons of it all around Grundy around here by me. Sludge, we need to get into real estate business.
Let's do it.
Let's buy up Grundy, and we'll take care of that. But so they are there. They think they own all the town. Everyone's left. The only people left there is the contractor. One guy to do all of the work apparently that they need to get ready for this auction. That was a funny interaction between them that I did laugh at the beginning of this movie. A sheriff and a deputy, and that's all that's supposed to be in this town. And they figure out that there's a lady still living in the orphanage. And now's the time I want to talk about the one thing that I was like, I don't understand what you're doing. And this is where I didn't understand the movie. One of the arguments, and this is something we don't talk about a lot on the show, we try to stay away from all this crap, is everyone was like, this movie was woke. And I watched this movie. This movie was not woke.
No, I don't think so.
I really thought they were making fun of woke culture, because the one thing that led them into the building that the old lady lived in, that we find out later that Leatherface is living in, was a Confederate flag. That was the only reason they went in that house. It was because they wanted to go out there and take that down before the auction. Then they meet the woman. Then they inadvertently cause the woman to have a heart attack and die, and is the ultimate reason why they die. So I'm sitting there going, so wait a minute, is the moral of the story, don't take down the flag? Because it's essentially what killed them. And I was, from that point on, I was like, I don't know what they're trying to tell us with this movie. Whatsoever.
Also funny too, because I didn't think the movie was going to be so on the nose. So when they have the old woman in the back of the sheriff's car and her son, I was like, that's probably not Leatherface. That's too obvious. That's too big of a person. Nah, that's probably not it. And then when he breaks the sheriff's wrist in half,
that was the
and
one
blood
good thing
starts
in this
splattering
movie.
everywhere.
That was great.
I was like, oh, okay, so he clearly is Leatherface. All right.
Who should be anywhere from 68 to almost 80 years old.
I was going to say, he's got to be somewhere between 75 and 80 is what I was thinking.
Because I don't think it's ever said how old he was in the 1974.
No,
so
but we can...
Maybe he was just a big, burly teenager.
He's 20.
That's what I'm kind of going off of. So if he was 20, maybe 19, he's 69 to 80 in this movie.
Dude,
and that is not a 69 to 80 year old guy.
No.
He moves quicker than I do when I see a spider appear out of nowhere.
And Nate moves pretty fast for a while.
Pretty damn quick.
Sees a spider.
But
yeah, go ahead, Sludge.
For me, it was, I don't know, to me, I thought this movie was extremely woke. Only because there was no backpedal from the moments. and I'm not going to harp because I don't like giving my political
No,
point,
we're not. We're staying apolitical
Yeah.
about this.
And it's fine that the movie's woke or not woke, because if we look at any classic horror that we like through the generations, there's always a societal or political meaning behind
What
it. If you go,
Romero did perfectly.
yeah, with Night of the Living Dead, I mean, that's all about the racial upheaval in America. I mean, that is exactly, he put that message in there and delivered it perfectly. Not, it didn't piss anybody off, with the way he handled it. Even if you go to Chopping Mall, okay, 1986 crap movie. I mean, I love the movie, but like
I
lower
was going
budget.
to say, I love that.
Like
movie.
it's a really good movie, but it's all about the dangers of excess, because that's what the 80s was. It was all capitalism and excess, and so
well, it's also don't have sex.
well, that's all.
The whole
that's
pre-marital sex.
Yeah, that's all.
But that was where
but you had a resolve on those issues, is what I'm trying to say. In this one, you didn't like
a hard time with all of it.
I was the whole movie. Whole movie.
Yeah,
but like no. All right, as a millennial, I don't want to move into a place like that because I can't order a pizza and have it delivered to my house.
Well, no, they haven't built the pizzeria.
Right, yeah,
the guy was a chef.
Yeah, they're planning on doing that to where you can do that. It was,
and we're also. Here's the thing: is my guess was these were all like. So, I'd done research on this because I knew we were going to talk about it. So essentially, everyone there is what they're calling influencers.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, that's what they are. They're like TikTokers and Instagrammers, and they have followings.
So they're going to then facilitate whatever they bought into the next big thing. So it's kind of like investors and then mini investors, and then they're going to try and build like this oasis in the middle of Texas to go for this thing. So that's kind of what I was getting at. But yet I kept watching this going, I feel like the filmmakers and the writers are making fun of this culture, which is fine. Okay, so I then watched another interview. I watched an interview with the director on this. He considers what he has done here as a satire film. And I'm sitting there going, that doesn't make it better. Why would you then say that this is a direct sequel to the 1974 movie, which was dark, gritty, no satire whatsoever? It was terrifying,
satirical film.
And then say, well, I did this one as a satire. No, sir. Generations was satire. Number two, I could almost believe is satire. This one should have been as dark and as gritty, and yes, it nailed it on the gore. This will be the only highlight for me in this movie was practical effects.
The practical effects were
and
great,
gore.
And all that was fantastic. Here's the thing, though. When this movie ended, I looked at Hannah. I was just like, so one of the most terrifying movies ever made has like an ounce of blood in it. Mm-hmm. And this one, they decide to just go balls to the wall. It reminds me of like if a person were to watch an older movie and go, that was kind of boring. Like, it's called Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but I didn't really get the massacre part. So let me like go ahead and like bring you the massacre. It's like you're not getting it. You're not understanding the terror, the tension to the original one. And it was so insulting. And the fact that the movie takes itself so seriously that it doesn't even like have fun with it. Typically, I don't nitpick stuff, but the fact that this was taking itself so seriously made it extremely hard not to nitpick.
Well, that was one thing. So you said that they didn't you couldn't have fun with it. I feel like they tried to do both, and they failed at both because everything leading up to the bus incident, which I am now calling the brain dead bus, because it was about as insane as the big kill scene in Brain Dead was.
Yeah, you're right.
Him running the chainsaw through the dude's crotch into the girl in a sexual motion. At that point, I went, "This isn't a Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie.
They got the rights.
Appreciate
that's all it was.
I appreciate the gore, and it was funny, and it was there was blood everywhere. People are screaming. He pulls the intestines out of the one dude. I'm yelling at the one chick because she gets past him, and instead of running down the steps out of the bus, she thinks I'm going to jump out the window, and then he cuts her in half. Gore wise, I'm like,
that was
hell
cool.
Yeah, that was cool. But really, I'm like, why wouldn't you just go down the steps? That made no sense. It was just to cut someone in half.
I mean, and the whole bus scene, as like cool as it was for gore, like it was seriously just a setup to kill as many people as possible in a quick
it was the body
3-minute
count.
time
Yeah.
span.
Yeah.
Instead, like you have this whole location of this whole small town that you could have used to kind of treat Leatherface like a boogeyman, hiding and stuff like that, and picking them off. And you don't do that. Instead, you give us
Yeah.
2 locations. You give us his house,
The sunflower
and the bus.
field.
Yeah, and like that's
Yeah.
it.
Well, you get the sunflower field, which when it started at the sunflower field, whenever he stabs the deputy with his own wrist, causes the sheriff to shoot himself, I'm still in at that point at the movie. I'm still like, okay, wow, that was a really good kill. Okay, the guy's upset that, the orphanage, it's not even his mom, it's the lady that ran the orphanage, which is a whole nother storyline that I could not wrap my head around. He lived in
I
a
got
home.
an idea there, but I'll get to it.
Yeah, he had a family. Why has he been in an orphanage for 50 freaking years? But
Yeah,
whatever.
that made no sense to me either. None.
Are you guys ready for my theory then?
Go ahead, hit
Yeah,
us with the theory
go for it.
now.
It's because he's actually John Wick. Now,
It's
that's because he takes
John
a
Wick
hammer
Leatherface.
and realizes it's time to come out of retirement, and he starts
Oh, that's
bashing into
right.
the drywall to get his trusty chainsaw that starts out almost instantly. I'm assuming
yeah.
that he retired, he got a wife, got a puppy, maybe both of them died, so he decided to go back to the old orphanage because now the Sawyer family, them all being his older siblings, his grandpa, they've all passed away due to just natural causes. And so, you know what? Leatherface was actually living a very peaceful existence, but then they awakened the boogeyman.
See, and that's more entertaining than anything I got on screen.
That was, and honestly,
Yeah.
that's kind of the story.
Yeah.
He has done nothing for 50 years.
Yeah, he retired from chainsaw murdering people. He had a
He's
good
no
life.
he wasn't a cannibal. Roadkill doesn't count. Maybe they were eating roadkill.
I
We
just
don't know.
Can't believe that chainsaw fires up so quickly.
Oh,
and it
wouldn't have-
doesn't get caught. It doesn't like stick at all. Like
there
that's
would
a
there,
handy chainsaw.
there is no type of fuel you can put in there that would start after 50 years. There's no oil whatsoever. That chain is hanging off the bar by like an inch.
Yeah.
And I swear, I think they tried to retcon it a little bit when he goes to his room and you don't see him, but you hear stuff. And I'm guessing that if anyone questions him, they'll be like, oh, that's what he was doing in the room. Bullshit.
yeah.
No, I'm not buying that.
No,
Because
I thought he was going to get it from the guy who's actually
the
mechanic.
the contractor.
Yeah,
the
that's
mechanic,
what makes sense. Like
I
the
thought he was gonna get it
contractor
from
had a
his
chainsaw on
garage.
site. Yeah.
Yeah.
That would have made 1,000% more
Yep.
sense. That there was like, they could have had, this would
He
have been
was
the
like
perfect thing.
the only enjoyable character in the movie, by the way.
He was.
Yeah.
And he's supposed to be the one that is like despised
Okay.
by the other characters.
I
hold
like
on, Nate.
though.
I got one thing I want to do real quick before I let you jump in. I want to follow up on what Sludge does, and I could have given Easter eggs to every movie, is have that guy have every version of Chainsaw hanging on a wall that came from all the other movies. The ridiculously long bar one that had like the filigree looking design down the bar.
That'd be sweet.
The two mini chainsaws that the Ranger had, and just they were hanging on a pegboard in the background of him working on his pickup truck.
That would have required
would have
them to
been
be
like,
smart.
right.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
and I will
that's
say
true.
this, in the interview with the director, that is what he was told by the department was one of the chainsaws from the original movie. He
It
goes,
could be, but I don't know.
well, this is what he was told. I mean, he's like, the damn thing wouldn't run. He goes, it took 20 minutes to get it to run because we used it as the hero saw. All the close-ups, all the stuff that, you see it, that is the 50-year-old saw. He goes, sometimes it wouldn't run. Sometimes it would be running and then it would just stop. So I'm like, I'll give you points for at least trying to go that route. But I'm like, you could have, how many replicas are out there of this saw that no one would have paid attention?
No.
That if it was the
not at
original.
all. And I guarantee
know.
there's so many dedicated fans, they would have been able to easily,
That's what I'm saying.
create
You could
one,
have had a
make
whole
one.
wall.
Yeah.
A whole wall of chainsaws. Period. Go ahead, Nate. I know you're getting ready.
But like
Make
the
a point.
contractor, I like that he was basically Samuel L. Jackson in Deep Blue Sea. Like I'm the guy that's gonna save you all, and then he instantly gets like
Gets
a
eaten by the
mallet.
shark.
The guy
Yeah.
from Feast.
Yes.
Oh yes, Feast. Oh crap, I haven't watched that movie in forever.
Yes, that's a good throwback.
Oh man,
But that mallet to the
that movie
shin.
gets raunchy.
It does. It
Yes.
really does.
Oh yeah. So I did love Sledgehammer Leatherface in this.
Yeah.
I will admit,
But
I
even-
loved that.
Sledgehammer Leatherface just felt like Mortal Kombat Leatherface. Like the director was playing the Mortal Kombat DLC and went, "Oh, that's what he's supposed to be like."
Fatality.
Yeah, and I just feel like I talked about this on the Christine episode. Like sometimes if we haven't seen something in a while, and the way that pop culture and media like presents stuff to us, it kind of warps our sense of reality of what the actual
Yeah.
movie was. So in our heads, you know, if you haven't seen the original in a while, you're kind of thinking like, oh, Leatherface was doing all this, you know, crazy stuff, moving real quickly. It's like, well, no, like he kind of treats you like a nobody because you're nothing to him. Like he's so simple in the fact of how he moves and how he like, you know, treats his victims, where the real horror is actually the Sawyer family. And by you eliminating that in this, you lose so much. And like to me, if you wanted to go ahead and scrap all the movies, which is so stupid, just set this one in the 80s. You already had the characters dressing up like they were from the 80s, to where when I first saw the photo stills, I was like, oh, maybe this is actually going to take place around then.
Dude, if it wasn't for them and in the Tesla and cell phones, there was really nothing about this
80s.
Yeah. Even the bus is retro, like Greyhound style. I mean, I love the bus. You know, it looked awesome. You know, you eliminate all of the cell phone. Please eliminate the cell phone. You're about to get canceled, bro. I'm
Oh
like,
my God.
I am ready for you all to die now.
Yep.
Yeah, you
I'm
deserve the
done.
chainsaw.
Yep.
Yeah. And this was one of the things I've seen people bringing up was some people have been like, I love the fact that they almost made him supernatural. I'm like, no. You have now removed everything that was terrifying about Leatherface. Leatherface was a guy.
Yeah.
That just did this. No reason, no backstory, nothing. It was just you could pass him on the street one day and you wouldn't know. Just like how he walks past the sheriff and the deputy carrying the orphanage lady, we'll say mom for now, just to make it easy, carrying his surrogate mother to the van. He doesn't react to anyone.
Nope.
Everyone knows him. I was like, oh, that's her boy. Oh, that's her boy. I'm like, if I'm looking for someone for 50 years, I might try the town that was just down the road a little bit. See if there's a giant.
See if there's someone that's very
living
bulking
there.
in mass. And
yeah,
I
mean,
was assuming they were going for like, because the original, you know, it was all producing marketing stunt of this is based on a true story. I don't know about you guys, but as a kid, I thought that was real. 100%.
It was Ed Gein.
Yeah,
that they
I was
kind
gonna
of
say it's based on Ed Gein.
The terrifying part and put it in some place.
But even like Ed Gein
was
just the local like guy, the weird guy in town. That he was very
was the
unsuspicious.
nicest guy. He was such a quiet
he
neighbor.
only killed like
Everybody
2
trusted
people in real
him.
life, if that. Yeah, like he was just an odd fella.
That's what was terrifying. Not the fact that he gets done murdering everyone in the sunflower field and now all of a sudden he's back at the house. Like they had to have been driving for a while. Even 5 miles is quite a bit of time to
Quite a bit of a hike.
Yeah.
And he's not like he's a runner. He's not Usain Leatherface. He's lumbering. And that's what he's known for. When he runs, it's very heavy looking when he runs because he's doing the whole flail thing. His balance is there, but it looks like he could fall over at any time. It's the Leatherface, you know, movement. He's not making it back into the house all the way upstairs and hiding because he didn't immediately go for the chainsaw. He waited till the girl came in looking for the deed. And I'm like, this is not making any sense whatsoever at all. It's like all of a sudden he just goes, oh, I got to go get my chainsaw now. That's it. It made no sense.
Most of this movie just didn't make any sense to me. Like,
no,
I felt like, well, and I mean, Scream, the new Scream, really is kind of the same way with this. this new breed of, in which whoever said that, by the way, that you read that said that about this movie is not a real horror fan and hasn't watched any real horror movies. I'll be honest with Texas Chainsaw. It's the first two for me, and then I'm done. I mean, I've seen the third one. I've seen the Next Generation, and I gave up at the remake in 03, the one that
Jessica Biel.
Yeah, the one that Marcus.
Then they did
the Michael
a
Bay
prequel
one.
to that one, and then
Yeah.
we got another prequel.
Yeah, and for those who know me, I'm not a Michael Bay fan by any stretch of the imagination. So when that one came out, that they did, I gave up on the franchise at that point. And
that one was still closer than this.
Oh,
one.
so much closer.
Definitely,
so much closer.
like,
and that's so that can sum up my whole feeling on this movie. If I like Michael Bay's movie better than yours, your movie
you messed up
sucks.
somewhere.
Yeah, like
yeah.
And a Michael Bay movie without explosions, that's even worse. Because that's what Michael Bay's for.
Yeah.
But the remake at least gets the grittiness correct. It
yeah.
just has too much attractive.
And that was
people
really
in it.
because of Marcus. like Marcus Nispel's, he's the one who
he's really good at doing that.
I feel like nobody involved in this film maybe even seen the original one because they didn't seem to understand the concept of that film.
It's the same
That's
problem
what I could not get figured out.
I have with the RoboCop remake, where it's just like it feels like someone watched RoboCop and went, "Well, I don't know why he doesn't run, so I'm gonna make a sexier, sleeker, faster
So,
RoboCop." It's like you're missing the point.
I'll answer that. That was studios. More people can go to a PG-13 movie. Therefore, in their brain, we'll get more money because there's more butts and seats. Except when that movie first drops and we're already pissed that it's PG-13, most of us that would have gone to it rated R didn't go.
Nope, we waited for it.
And we didn't take our kids who we would have took to an R-rated RoboCop movie because this is our childhood. And so they tried to market it and failed. And this is same thing with Expendables 3. Expendables, fantastic, R-rated, bloody action. It's what it went to the people.
It did exactly what we wanted.
Went even further, more blood, more insanity. And the third one went, we need to make more money, make it PG-13, and it's the worst entry in the franchise.
Let's bring in some new fresh blood.
And lost more money. I want to slap every studio executive that says that. Let's take this R-rated, known property and make it PG-13.
Yep.
Backhandle.
Alien versus Predator.
Immediately backhand.
Exactly.
That should
the
have
fact
been
that
bloody through and through.
Alien versus Predator decided to do the slow-mo when the face hugger came out, that Matrix style all the time.
Yeah,
and it was just like, you just completely miss why that was so scary in the first Alien movie.
And they tried to retcon it by giving us AVP Requiem, which literally was AVP R.
And you couldn't
see
anything.
The whole reason it was named that. No, it's more blood. We're going to launch the blonde chick up into the wall with the spike throwing star, which is still my favorite kill in the movie.
Yeah.
But we're also going to go, let's put let's give a Predator steroids and make him a stupid lumbering giant in the movie. No. Why?
And this is what I was saying. It's like some movies like just nail it the first time, where it's like you just can't really ever top it. Usually the idea is, how do you go bigger? Just bigger. It's like, well, bigger usually doesn't always mean better.
It's the lightning in the bottle thing. When it strikes and you catch it, it's there. You're probably not going to catch it again. And we're on the Predator kick. Go with Predators. It was Shane Black coming back to write it. He was there for the first one. And all it ended up being was a comedy version of the original Predator. You could almost play the movies.
Decisions, all studio.
You could play those movies at the same time, at the same track, and it would almost be beat for beat how they did the original, and it still fell flat.
Studio didn't learn anything with The Predator, which I do enjoy, but it's notorious.
What's that one? Which one is it? Is it Predators with Adrian Brody's S, right?
And then The Predator
so it was
the
Predator is the Shane Black one that came back.
Yeah.
Rodriguez did Predators.
Yeah.
Correct.
We had it backwards there for a minute.
And now we get Prey. And
I'm excited
for
Prey.
It's better.
Yeah. I'm hoping it's going to be.
I think that's
excited.
Cool.
Yeah. And that was my thing with this one. Is just like I felt like it was almost like a Hostel 2 scenario. Like Eli comes out with Hostel, and it's like, whoa, like, yes, it is over the top gore, but you're dealing with the story behind Hostel was that was supposed to be a documentary, and then his life got threatened, so he turned it into a film. And that whole message of what really goes on in those countries is there, and that's what makes it terrifying. Hostel 2, it's like, we have nothing new, so let's just throw more boobies and more blood. And I feel like that aspect is all we got with this. It's like, we don't know how to do it again or make it
with
fresh.
no boobs.
Yeah, so
we got no boobs in this
no
one.
boobs in this one. Tons of blood, bunch of influencers, because we got to be hip and cool and hope it works, and it fell flat.
And I care about none of the characters.
Oh God, no,
not at all.
Except the contractor.
Except Richter. Yeah, the contractor was the only person I liked. No, I take it back. Here's the biggest missed opportunity in this film was killing Richter was stupid, because he should have at least made it towards the end of the film,
almost to the end.
Yeah, almost all the way. Was the sister Lila, in that
the youngest one?
Yes, the one who survived a freaking school shooting.
Okay,
yeah, that is the one who should have kicked his freaking rear. Like, if anyone's going to survive and put Leatherface down, it needs to be the girl who has PTSD from surviving an actual school shooting. That was the story, and they were like, we're just going to piss that out the window and throw all this other crap in. That was a terrible mistake.
We're literally going to make her a fool.
Yeah.
That she can't see how the gun was loaded, because she picks up the AR-15.
She should have been the girl from Run, Hide, Fight. I don't know if you guys saw that movie or not. Like, that is who Lila should have been. Was that girl?
I think it would have been better. So what we got was this amalgam of the older sister, who essentially is kind of guilt-ridden this entire time. Like, she started this whole thing because she yelled at the old lady, and she's the one that just you want her to be the end girl, and then she's not the end girl, and then you want her to be the end girl, and then she's not the end girl, and then Sally shows up. Yeah. And now we have to talk about this. We have to talk about
finally
this.
getting to Sally?
Texas Ranger ever that has her opportunity to kill Leatherface, but has to prove a point, I guess.
Yeah, say my name. Do you remember me? Say my name. And I'm like
right there. She's dedicated 50 years of her life. Put the man down right then and there.
Well, it was like, okay, they said, we need to do what they did in Halloween. They brought Jamie Lee Curtis's character back. Let's bring Sally back and do the same thing.
The confrontation.
Yeah, and then they got to the confrontation. They're like, well, we have to do something different. And then Leatherface is like, who are you? And
I don't know who you are.
You know what I mean?
When that happened, we did the Thanos, I don't even know who you are.
Exactly. He did the Scarlet Witch thing.
Yeah.
So hopefully you guys have already watched it. And I'm sorry if we're making you mad. We're just giving our honest opinion.
You can yell at me on
this
Instagram.
movie.
I'll take it.
That's fine. We yell at Nate all the time. Drop DMs in the Give Me Back My Horror Movies DMs.
Call me a poser,
Nate runs
please.
that one. And it's fine. But this is I have a feeling Sludge and I kind of were hoping Nate liked this more than
I really was.
he did.
No.
We were like,
no.
We wanted this debate on here, but it sounds like it's a three-way rumble fest against Leatherface.
We've got our bats and they're just beating it.
Yeah, we're just beating it dead.
So
was when she's saying all of her friends' names, remember them, and she says Franklin. And all I can think about is Leatherface did the world a favor by killing Franklin, and she should be thankful for that. No one wants him around.
Well, it's nobody who would see this movie now that the cast is focused towards would even know what we're talking about when we're talking about Franklin. They would have no idea.
No one.
You would have had to watch the movie immediately before watching this one. You would have had to watch the first one. Watch this.
That would have been a bad idea, because I think people would have been like, "Oh, the first one's amazing." Then they watch this
I think
the
ratings would be even lower right now.
I originally was going to watch the first one and then watch this one on two different nights, kind of back to back. I forgot to complete the checkout on buying the first one. It is on Shudder, and I was like, I don't know why I don't own this. I should probably buy this. And there's a really sweet steelbook that they just recently released. So I was like, oh yeah, I'll get that. I added to cart, and then I was like, why hasn't that came yet? And then looked, it's oh. So now it's arriving on Saturday. So I have that to look forward to.
I had it in my hand at the Walmart bin You know, the $3.74 movies.
Yeah.
And it's a weird cover. It didn't even say Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It was just a picture of him, and it was like it said remastered at the bottom, and I went, nah, and then I bought Rampage.
Well, they
So
recently
that's
did.
exactly what I
Great
did.
choice, dude.
I think I made the wise
Yes, you
choice
did.
on that one.
They recently did a 4K transfer, which is what the Steelbook
Yeah.
is, but it's on Blu-ray. So I was waiting for an actual official 4K release, and it just hasn't
Yeah.
came. So I was like, screw it, I'll finally just like buy this version instead.
Oh, I mean, how clean do you want that movie? To me, this is not a movie
Right?
that I would ever want. Like we're talking
No,
about
like
polish.
I would still prefer to watch the original Massacre on VHS.
I'd love
Yeah,
to
I
go
would
see
love
it
to
in a
find it on
drive-in,
VHS. Oh, that'd be
like
perfect.
on
Oh,
reel to
yeah.
reel. I would think that would have been awesome. But yeah, I don't ever want to run the risk of it getting too clean and losing that grit, that feel that this movie should have had. They had every ability to do it. But I want to stay on the Sally bit for a little bit.
Oh yeah, we gotta get back to her.
Oh yeah.
We're introduced to her in a slaughterhouse in her barn. So, fun fact Charlie found about the barn. Guess where else we've seen that barn?
No clue.
Recently.
Recently?
Because I thought I knew where that barn was, but because it looks familiar, but I'm not sure. I'll take a
Rambo
guess.
Last
Oh,
Blood.
I was
I'm
off.
sorry.
Oh,
Yeah.
that
won't
totally
okay,
explains
yeah.
the after credit scene then.
That's why I was
Yeah.
laughing even harder because of the after credit scene. But no, that's the same barn they filmed Last Blood in.
Well, that's pretty cool.
So she's gutting a pig or a cow or whatever. She gets the call. She goes, loads up her go bag, and I'm like, okay, cool. We get the Laurie Strode, Sarah Connor kind of feel with her. She's got her cowboy hat on, her shit kickers. She's ready to go. And I'm like, cool. Let's see if she can save this movie. She shows up while the girls are getting attacked, saves them, throws them in the back of the car, and they're locked in because it's a Marshall's car. And she goes after him, not shooting except to shoot the chainsaw. I think she hits the chainsaw once,
Yeah.
and maybe one time around the chest or on the side that she hits him one time. I swear it looks like birdshot. Like he's
I was
not
gonna
even
say,
really
yeah.
responding.
was she using rock salt or birdshot? Because
I'd have
those
slugs.
shells were doing nothing.
No, yeah.
Yeah,
And
I'd have had slugs. Done.
Steel shot.
And then he runs off. Okay, and then we find him. We find him sitting in his room, pouting. Leatherface is literally pouting in his bedroom because the girls got away. Not really. They're sitting outside in the car. What are you guys thinking? He's sitting on the side of his bed with his head hanging down.
isn't that what? Well, no, I'm not gonna go there. Never mind. Yeah. But he's pouting. He's pouting.
He is.
Yeah.
Because she goes upstairs because we've had like 2 or 3 like jump scares of someone trying to go upstairs and he's like all of a sudden there. It's like, oh, there he is. No, we don't get none of that. She walks into the room. There he is. Chainsaw's laying there. He's just sitting. Well, I didn't get him. And that's when we get her confrontation with Leatherface. You know who I am. Say my name. She says all the other names. He grabs the saw and walks past her.
Yeah. He
Yeah.
just walks
Right out of the
by.
house. She has a shotgun pointed at his head. And he walks past her and
And
leaves
she
the house.
lets him,
Yes.
which is more
And he-
frustrating.
And he goes after the girls who already have the car now. And they're trying to get it started or whatever. I can't even remember. I didn't even want to watch this movie twice. Anyway, he starts attacking them through the car. And I think that's when Sally comes down and hands them the keys. That's what it is. She gets Leatherface to run around the block. Literally, he runs down an alley, comes around the other side, hands them the keys and says, get out of here. They don't. What? Come
Yeah.
on. There's no millennial on this planet
That wouldn't have
that's not going to
they'd have
leave.
peeled out of there quicker.
I
than
would have been
gone.
They
running.
wouldn't have cared about her. They'd be
Yeah.
like, "We're out."
I don't know who that lady is. I'm out.
Yep.
Not my problem.
So we get the final showdown between Leatherface and Sally. He runs her through with the chainsaw, picks her up off the ground, holds her in the air while shaking it, and throws her 20 feet.
Yep, pretty much.
That's what happens.
It looked pretty cool of having her up that high, and I was kind of expecting her to be split in half because the movie was already going
Well,
for that in gore. So I was looking for like that vertical.
I was
split.
looking for that too, but we find out why they couldn't do that because Sally must have her last words
which
with
is
our
so
final
stupid,
girl.
So
because
weightless.
even like she doesn't know who these
Like-
girls are in the first place. But after she shoots them, she's like, "Yeah, now you remember who I am." I'm like, "You never shot him once in the original.
Nope.
All it was he turned around going, "Hey, knock that off. That hurt."
Yeah.
He looked like the Hulk. Like what was that? No,
Yeah.
stop shooting, puny human. Stop shooting Leatherface with birdshot. That's not feel good. It was stupid, and she's not alive after what we just saw. It went through her spine, eviscerated her organs, threw her 20 feet. She's dead.
Yeah,
She's dead. She's dead. She's dead. She's not talking to anyone. She's gone.
Somehow she realives herself.
Yeah, long enough to give a gun away to to Lila.
Yeah, and kind of emulate how to load. She loads one shot in, and there's one more laying there, which is why we only get 2 shots. So the girl couldn't figure out how to load an AR-15 earlier, but we've now figured out how to load a shotgun and rack it.
Right, yeah.
We're good to go. We got this. They YouTubed it, apparently. I don't know. This is how asinine this movie ended up being. Even to the final showdown made 0 sense to me in the theater. I don't know why there's that much water in a theater.
Yeah, like where's that hole going?
Yeah, where did that come from?
Like, I understand there's been a hole in the roof, and every time it rains, water is gathered. But there is no structure on this planet that would hold water in it and not slowly, absorb into the ground.
Yeah, or
and
evaporate or
everywhere
any
else.
kind. No, yeah,
Yeah. Not to mention that we already had a scene of her running from Leatherface under a house that was nothing but a dirt floor built up on pylons.
that
So I'm
scene.
guaranteed.
Okay, hold on. That scene royally pissed me off too, because
I hated
he's
that.
digging through with the chainsaw coming through the floor and just running after her the whole time. There's like 30 feet of open space to her left, all the way.
I kept yelling that.
Roll over, roll over. No,
we were all we were yelling at the TV.
Ask Jackie. I'm like, roll to your left, roll to your right.
Serpentine.
Like, dude, I just nothing made sense. And then in the theater, the body water makes no sense. Then the other thing is he throws the chainsaw, which was kind of cool. Hits her in the leg with it. Why is she walking?
Effect.
Why does she even have a freaking foot at that point?
Yeah, I was like, if you're gonna do the throwing the thing, like make it to where like the ankle just gets completely taken off.
Yeah,
like you've already gone there with the gore.
At
so
the
minimum, what's the matter with that?
Achilles, her Achilles heel had been cut.
Or I would have been okay with like a chunk of calf, just something to show me that took a bite out of her.
Yeah.
And then the final showdown of she's trying to shoot him, runs out of shots. He's teetering on the back. Again, we get the whole like T-1000 over the lava pit, although it's Leatherface over a water pit.
Yeah.
And then the older sister comes running in and glancing blows across his apron and up on his face. There wasn't even a good, like,
it was
like right into the gut.
Glaze of the chin.
Yeah, it was barely made contact, and then we're supposed to believe he died. I'm already going, he's not dead.
Yeah.
I've seen enough of these movies. He's not dead.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to see him again.
I
would give it.
Expect the way that we got to see him again.
This was the only redeeming factor to this movie.
Yes, it
was that one scene was everything that the movie should have been, because
exactly.
I actually was startled when it happened.
Same.
When
same.
Everything's
like when
calm.
it happened, I went, that just scared me.
Autopilot on the Tesla. Oh yeah, no, I was calm.
Oh, I was like,
I was
sitting there going, because Sarah my wife checked in on me. And she's like, "How is it so far?" Like a couple times in the movie, and I'm like, "Sucks, freaking sucks, absolutely sucks." And then we get to this part, and I'm like, thank you. You at least let me in this movie with a smile. I was looking for that. Like I was waiting for it. They're driving.
Okay.
And they delivered, and I was like, "Thank you. At least you made me feel good for 30 seconds."
My whole thing was in this whole new thing of movies that we're getting. I was figuring it was going to be a post-credit scene. You know how they're trying to lead everything up to a good post-credit was maybe him getting up, or a few.
That's
like
kind of what
week
I was
later.
thinking. Like they're going to give us.
I was thinking
the
that
sequel set up, and then what we get.
So
while fun, looks so stupid.
It did. He busts
It
through
was
the
so
side glass
dumb.
of the Tesla that is set to autopilot. We have to say it was already set to autopilot. Rips the sister out of the car and then swings the chainsaw and cuts her head off while holding her head. Awesome. Loved every second of that. And then we get shot for shot the repeat of Sally, screaming indiscriminately at the end of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, redone with a girl out the sunroof of a Tesla as it
I was
slowly
gonna say,
drove away.
in the most 2022 way of outside of a Tesla at 3 miles per hour on auto drive with a
It
horn.
was as fast
if you
as
honk it makes a fart noise or something because that's what you can do.
It was
with
as
Teslas.
fast as the Mos Espa speeder chase in Book of Boba Fett. It was that fast.
Yeah.
That's how fast the car was going.
don't let Boba Fett chase him with his awesome jetpack.
Oh,
For me, and then like I mean, so I love that because I wanted all of them to die, like all of them. Like,
I was over all of them.
Yeah, so
I didn't want anyone to live.
No,
I was over
like,
that.
Once I was like, okay, they're not going to act. They've missed their opportunity with Lila and what they could have done with this post-school shooting survivor. I was like, you can chalk her too. Just kill them all. And so I was ready for it, and so I was stoked that at least she died. The other sister died too. But then at the end, and this is just maybe me being just a fan of the original. No one has ever done that chaotic chainsaw swing.
The dance.
Yeah. No one has done it like Gunner did. And obviously we can't have Gunner because God rest his soul, passed away in 2015. Obviously, I mean, that's why we got Mark Burnham. Don't do that. I was hoping that when he had her head hanging, that we weren't going to get the chainsaw dance. I was hoping we're going to get the head dance. You know what I mean? Something that kind of
that would have been cool.
I'm gonna give you a little throwback to the original, honor to Gunner and what he did, but then we'll make it something original. No, they didn't even do that.
Yeah,
it's all missed opportunities. This whole movie.
I think so. I would have been okay with throw the head at her and then just hold the chainsaw over his head, and do it like a Tuscan Raider and just and let it go nuts.
I'd be cool with that.
And you could have had like the blood just going from the neck, just nonstop, like a fountain. You could have really gone with ridiculousness.
And I get now the thing is to always leave it open for a sequel. Always make sure there's some reason to bring him back. Look, how many movies have we gotten of this guy? You could have cut his head off and you would have told me a sequel's coming out, and I'd been like, okay, let's see, let's see what they're doing.
Yeah.
I mean, they literally cut his head off like they did Michael Myers, but okay, let's bring him back. But to me, that would have been the better ending with Sally. Sally should have been incapacitated, not the way it was. She should have had none of that in the room. That never should have happened.
No.
She should have shown up, saved the girls, caused him to run away, hand the girls the keys, get out of here. They should have at least gone a block or two. Yeah. Go a block or two away. Have Sally now hunt him in the small area of the town. Just 5 minutes of them kind of cat and mousing a little bit. Then get a showdown where we think he got the upper hand over Sally. And you're like, I don't know if she survived that. Not lifting her up in the air where she obviously didn't survive. Give us that moment of, I don't know if she's still alive. Leatherface finds the girls because they're like, we can't leave her. We can't leave her. I'm rewriting the movie, guys. We have to go back and get her. No one's going to believe us. They go back. We get back into the theater. Fine. Keep the water in there. I don't care. Have that little moment of them maybe having the upper hand. They get one of the contractor's guns, figure out how to use it. He had to have more than two. Run out of bullets. Leatherface is about to go, and then Sally pop back in. And then kneecap him. 2 shots. Boom, boom. He's on the ground. Get rid of the chainsaw, or he's already gone. Whatever you want to do, then have your showdown with him. Then have the you don't remember me, do you? And have the picture.
That would have been so much more
Have
effective.
the picture to show him. Because he's decapped. He can't get up. He's not going to get up from that. And while she's doing that, have the younger the younger girl who's already experienced all kinds of terror just come right at him with the chainsaw. Go for the head. You ain't got to take his head off, but a better than a glancing blow across his head. Boom. Both people get their redemption. Sally gets some redemption because she gets to see her killer face to face. The younger daughter the younger girl gets her hero moment, and now can rise above her PTSD that she experienced in the school, and then they end it.
That's all they had to do
Yeah.
is make that the redemption arc of surviving PTSD.
Done.
Yep.
That's
Done. I
what it
fixed
should have
it,
been the
guys.
focus.
Yeah. 'cause
Instead,
and that would have been perfect.
we
'cause
get
both of them would have come right out of
Yeah.
that PTSD.
instead we get Leatherface walking home like Rambo 4.
Yeah.
Which makes no sense because he's been in an orphanage for 50 years, maybe less.
Yeah. Why
would he go back to the house?
Why now? Why
He
not
could have
way back then?
Yeah, why now? If he wasn't an orphan, he had a family. You know, the whole orphan arc made no sense. His little picture on the wall with the face scratched out made no sense. He had a family. He lived in that house and was brought up there as a cannibal.
Yep.
Made no sense.
Which makes it feel like they're just retconning even the first movie altogether. You know? Like it really
Then they
does.
should have done that.
Yeah.
Then they should have done that.
But the problem is
Retcon it and restart it like they did in 03. Yeah, the
it
Jessica
could
Biel.
have just been a halfway decent slasher because of all the practical effects and how fantastic they were.
Yeah.
If it wasn't a Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie. It really
Or-
did not need the name. Like it could have just been a halfway decent thing. Our review, our whole recap would have been, this is still pretty stupid, but at least a little different.
This is
Actually, I think it
Leatherface's
would've been
Godzilla
better.
98. That's what it is. It's Leatherface's
Yeah.
Godzilla
Oh.
98.
Well, this would have been like, this is Godzilla 98, but this is now the sequel to the original Godzilla. So the original
Which would have
Godzilla
pissed fans
happened,
off even
and
more.
now,
Yeah.
now Godzilla 98 is the new sequel to that movie because that's what they've done
Yeah.
here.
And middle finger to all
If
you
they-
for trying to make it different.
Yeah.
Right.
It's
You know, it shouldn't have happened like this, and they're gonna spin it however way they want. They're already trying to say it's satire. Bullshit. I'm not buying that.
No.
It's
at
not
all. Nope.
satire. You miss the mark. You're trying to retcon what you had an idea for a movie and went, this would be kind of cool if we could do Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Let's sell it to the people that own that property, and then go, okay, we're just going to erase all the other ones. Okay, that's the new thing to do, is the new sequels, the new storylines. But I don't think anyone had a lot of faith in this movie already. It went up on Netflix. Didn't even get a theater release for a
It
Texas
went to
Chainsaw
Netflix
movie.
because all the test screenings were a disaster.
Yeah,
And then it got
I read
delayed
that too.
like a year because they were just like, what do we do with it? The problem is this is like the third most watched movie on Netflix right now. So it's going to get a sequel.
Well, it's going to, and that's the thing, and
'Cause
that's
it's had
why we
fantastic memes made out of it, which at the same time, Netflix has an entire meme making department to blow up their movies that suck. So that way it gets hype locked on the internet.
We're a
It's a
cog
vicious
in that
cycle.
wheel, guys. We're a cog in that wheel. We're talking about it.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the best type of promotion. Whether it sucks, whether it's good, doesn't matter anymore. It's how is it trending?
Is people talking about? Yeah.
Our friends over at Bad Movie Cult just reviewed this, and they dropped theirs immediately. They're like, hey, we got to review this real quick. They dropped a mini episode about it. They liked it, but they approached it as it was a fun slasher movie. I couldn't do that because they told me this was a sequel to the original.
Yeah. Well,
That's
I wanted
why
to
I
do that
couldn't.
because not only did they say it's a sequel, the name is Texas Chainsaw Massacre. There's a bar and an expectation that is set,
a very
period.
high bar.
Yeah, and
And
nowhere close to that bar in this film.
it's
Nowhere.
almost like you're slapping Hooper in the face as well by telling him his own second movie doesn't exist.
Yeah.
And that's I have a bigger issue. And look, I'm not going to sit here and go that the second movie didn't go batshit insane. The second movie is more satire than anything. It was a comedy.
Yep.
But
Look at the
like we
poster.
said, it's the Breakfast Club poster. But they did it on purpose by the guy who created it, not someone 50 years later going,
I can do it
have
better.
an idea. And I have a name attached with it with Fede, and he did really good with Evil Dead, which was, let's face it, that was a divisive movie too. There are people that hated that one as well.
Yeah.
But they didn't go, this is Evil Dead 3. they went, this is now an Evil Dead, which is what they should have done here. Don't make it a sequel. Retell the story. Retell the story now. Because then all this would have made sense. We'd have a younger Leatherface. We'd have a modern setting. We would have had everything that we could have Easter egged back to the originals, but not be tied to the original.
The only way I can see going forward from here is doing a found footage movie. That's the only way I can actually see this working. Even though I'm not the biggest fan, if you remember right, in the remake, they do that opening scene of like, them kind of coming in with the camera. Do kind of the same concept, but a whole movie of like kids investigating, like doing what kids do, which is, I heard there's a crazy person that lives in this house. Let's go check it out and have a party or something like that.
There's one person that could possibly pull that off. One, and that's Eduardo Sanchez, like the originator of the found footage horror genre.
Yeah, that's pretty much the one that would knock it out of the park.
Yeah, he's the only one.
I mean, we've tried that with almost every iteration of horror movies anymore.
Yeah.
Is when there's no more ideas, go found footage.
Well, and I think with him, because with Blair Witch, that came out, that genre came out, and people were like, "Oh, this." I mean, it scared the pants off everybody. Then he left, and granted, every film he did, because I just recently went back and watched his catalog of, not long catalog, it's short, of movies he's done, because I'm a huge fan of Exists. The most recent movie he did that was found footage. All the other movies are not found footage, and the ideas of his movies are great, but that dude is just the best at found footage, because all of his other movies end up sucking. But he came back with Exist, and it's like, I need y'all to remember I created this genre for a reason, because I'm the best. Mm-hmm. So if you want anybody to do that for Texas Chainsaw Massacre, I think it's got to be him, because it's got to be the best. And because it could work, because you're right, Nate. I think that end sequence there in the 2000, the Jessica Biel one, would have been really cool, something like that.
Like that one, maybe you could even make set in the 90s. The only thing is, how do you get an excuse to have who's holding the cameras kind of thing? Like, it wouldn't work in the 80s, because when you do multiple different camera shots, it'd be like, what, everyone had a VCR camera when they decided to go party,
Yeah.
Like, that's just not logical. But like,
it's getting more and more difficult now in order to make a movie that's entertaining to watch. Blair Witch worked because it was a one camera, one perspective kind of thing, and we weren't used to it, so that worked. I don't know, man. I don't even know how they can do a sequel. I watched the interview and he goes, I've got some ideas. And I went, they didn't work for the first one. I don't know what makes you think it's going to work for the second one.
I have no interest in this man's ideas. Like,
not at all.
Now he is completely by himself. Now he's in a house. No one is left in that town. It's going to be crawling with investigators. It's going to be crawling.
We're going to check, like, actual Texas Rangers are going to check like 100-mile radius. Be like,
maybe I should check this farmhouse down the road. I don't know. And then I don't know. I could tear this movie apart even further. Like, they had a perfect tie-in that the one girl said that her grandmother or great grandmother was from the town, sang a song that the sheriff recognized, and they're like, "Oh, okay."
And then that was it.
That could have been some kind of tie-in somewhere.
Missed opportunities all over the place.
Everywhere. It was like, I have an idea. Let's film it. Oh crap! I forgot to follow through on that idea. Oh well. Let's kill someone. Let's kill 27 people in a bus.
More blood.
I didn't think it was possible for me to hate something more than Texas Chainsaw 3D. I know a lot of people hate Leatherface, and like, I definitely have issues with Leatherface and how it treats people with mental health conditions. It's absolutely insulting. But this is bad. Like, this is just so bad.
Yeah,
it's terrible. It's to me, I'll echo what I did on our episode about House by the Cemetery. Go on YouTube, watch the compilations of the kills, and you're done. That's it. That's all you need from this, is to what, because they did practical, and God bless them for it. I loved every bit of it.
I was really shocked at the amount of practical. Really shocked.
I'm fine with it. You'll understand, why I make the brain dead reference. If you all remember the chains or the lawnmower scene in that movie, imagine if he held a chainsaw in a bus.
Yeah,
that's exactly what we got in this one. People are slipping on blood. their intestines. The chainsaw is a different size bar every time he kills someone. It's either 24 inches or 64 inches. There is no in between. He can reach through 2 people or just cut one arm off. It's a mess.
Now,
That's all I can say about this movie.
I
It's a
did
mess.
come up with some cool spin-off massacre movies for each of us.
Oh, we got
because
Nate
we're in
has the
3 different states.
Yeah, we are.
I gave myself the coolest one though, and screwed you 2 over.
I appreciate that.
Thanks.
You're
Appreciate
welcome.
that, Nate.
So we're gonna start out with Sludge with Tennessee. I've got the Tennessee Tape Measure Massacre.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. It's actually perfect because I cut my hand on my tape measure like 2 months ago. So, like paper.
I've done that. It
PTSD.
sucks.
Oh my god.
That's
We're all
like the
scared of 'em
ultimate paper
when you
cut.
let it out really quickly and it comes back.
Throw it. If it ever does that, just let go.
Oh,
Let it do
man.
what it's gonna do.
Well, and it got me like people listening can't see, but got me like right in between.
Oh no!
Oh, the web.
Yeah, and the web.
The
and
web.
Your thumb and your finger. Yeah, dude. I was so mad.
Oh,
Oh, it
See,
sucked.
this movie is going to be way better than this one.
good job, Nate. Good job.
Now for
Now I'm
Charlie,
terrified. I'm terrified now.
I got the Virginia Caulking Gun Massacre.
What?
It's like a killer that like sticks the caulking gun into your mouth, then pulls the trigger, and you just really slowly eat the caulk.
I'm Paste Pot Pete.
Yep.
Is that Marvel reference? You guys can Google that. I don't know. I think you should have thought a little longer on mine, Nate. But go ahead.
Nope.
with
I
yours.
did not
feel
put any
I feel
thought
like
into
Nate
these.
wouldn't watch the stuff and was like, the Texas Chainsaw
What if
Massacre.
we
with
put
the
it in a
stuff.
gun?
Caulk. Yes.
Yeah.
We can do it.
I think he just Googled what do contractors use and just picked the first one.
Did I Google tools? Maybe.
Maybe.
Because Nate's is Texas Chainsaw with a nail clipper. That's what Nate's
Yeah.
gonna be.
I was originally trying to think of different tools that start with the beginning of the letter of each state. That just got too complicated. So
Yeah. Virginia's hard. We'll
Yeah, it
keep it
was.
clean. We'll keep it clean.
And then for Ohio, I have the Ohio Pipe Wrench Massacre.
Yeah, that's a lot cooler. What the
Yeah,
shit,
I get the
man?
cool one.
What
I
the-
made it. So if you two
It's
would have
like
came up
I
with your own
made it, I-
massacres,
Of course, it will make mine better.
yeah.
I don't know. Sludge has actually worked for him. And then Nate's like, I get to be a pipe wrench. And Charlie's like, I get a caulk gun? I don't. What happens if I run out? Do I have
You have like a
bandolier?
utility belt like Batman. You just like refill real
I have
quickly.
liquid nails. I have silicone. I have roofing cement.
But you didn't like pre-cut all of them, so you have to like get the pliers out, cut the tip. You're like,
I didn't
Don't
want
worry.
to dry
You
out.
can borrow
Yeah.
my tape measure, Charlie. We'll cut those off real quick.
I'll cut the ends off with the tape measure.
oh, the sequel is you two
Wow.
combined.
Oh God, man, that's awesome. Well, I'm also realizing we've crapped on this movie so bad we forgot something Nate asked specifically to talk about in this movie. Was
There's
it
more
was
to
the
talk about?
under the well this is where we can laugh at how ridiculous the movie really was, is when she's under the house, he cuts through the sewage line
Oh yes.
right over her head.
Yeah.
And
That was
Nate's
another
like,
great
hey, Nate messages me going, "Hey, I have a request," and I was like, "Okay," and he tells me the part, and I was like, "I got you, fam."
I got the poo on me.
And immediately hugs her sister when she comes out of the house.
And
And
when
there
she
wasn't
gets on, and she gets on the bus, and no one goes, "What's that smell?" Not once.
Yeah,
No
I
one
was
goes,
waiting
Exactly.
for that. Like no one on the bus, because these are all very upper class, shitty human beings going, "Ooh, why do you
Yeah.
smell like that?"
Yeah.
I was waiting for that. Like, oh, does Texas always smell like this?
Yeah. Is that the Texas crude? Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't want to not mention Nate's one drop. I like to make sure I get what he requests here. So,
I'm very needy.
all right,
sometimes.
guys, let's do the rating bloods. See, Fede, we have your movie as our drop. We love your work, just not this
yes.
one.
What happened? Like, Evil Dead, Don't Breathe, and then this turd bucket.
So frustrating. Man. I get it now if you never want to be on the show. I totally get it.
No, I get the contention in the groups now. I get why this movie is so divisive. And it's, again, if you liked it, cool. Then you like what you like. I'm not here to tell you not to like it. I'm just here to tell you what I didn't like.
I'm not here to tell you that you like movies that suck. Like, that's not
that's not our place. That's not what we're here for. I mean, terrible movies exist like this one. And so
I can't even picture this being a fun midnight grindhouse like feature, with a packed theater. Even though this theater would not be packed, it'd be 3 people wondering why they decided to make this poor life choice.
Exactly.
It's why it didn't make it to the theaters. All right, so our raining blood is 17 that we actually see get disemboweled or cut or slung over their heads. Our asterisk this week is there's a lot more than 17 people in this movie, and while we don't see exactly what Leatherface does, everyone on the bus dies. So we're calling it an asterisk on that. There was a lot more people there than what we're counting, because we're counting, the sheriff, the deputy, everyone that wasn't on the bus.
The entire group except for one.
Yeah, her. The youngest sister is the only, Leatherface. But again, we don't count the main protagonist because more than likely they're going to come back. So yeah, decent kill count.
Yeah,
if we got to go off that, I mean, it's the only
like the last couple have had quite a few kills.
Well, House by the Cemetery didn't.
No, I'm saying that like the last couple of Chainsaw Massacre movies actually have a pretty decent body count.
I haven't watched 3D or Leatherface. I have Leatherface in the shop. I'd actually thought about watching it today, but I didn't want to skew anything. I wanted to just keep this one fresh in my mind.
I would almost say watch it just so you can kind of see the tonal difference between the last film.
It's in the shop.
I have not seen, again, like I said, anything past Marcus and Spells. Just like Michael Bay trashed me on this. So like,
well, I think that's the only other two. Yeah.
So I mean, if I went and watched 3D, would I like it more than this?
Honestly, yeah, which is sad because even the title is called just Texas Chainsaw, which is so stupid because you get rid of the cool word. And the movie is not about a chainsaw in Texas. Spoiler alert. But from what I remember of it, it's definitely better than this.
Okay. I might have to go back and watch that just so I feel better.
And the one I have is like prequel, right? Like
so like in the third timeline, what it is you have Leatherface, the original, then 3D is that timeline.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
yeah. And then you have the Michael Bay timeline, which is the prequel, and then the remake. And then you have the legacy, I guess you can call it 1, 2, 3, and New Generation. And now you have this bullcrap timeline that should never exist.
That's now 1 and 2. Yeah. It's so weird when they do this crap. But all right, boys, let's get to our favorite part. I can't wait to see what this comes in.
Guys, it's okay. He just wanted his machete back. Woo!
All right, we're going to start with our guest. Sludge, how many machetes you given this movie? And before you answer, Dan has patented 2.
Yeah,
we'll sue anyone that says 2.
Dan, you jerk.
Yeah,
okay,
I talked to his lawyer.
Yeah, you can do 2.5 or less than 2. I'll put that out there.
I'm trying to decide if I want to be generous or not, because killing the older sister by chopping her head off did put a smile on my face. And yeah, that's about it. I'm going to go with a 1.5 on this one.
Nice.
I'm going with 1.5, definitely.
Sludge now has the lowest rating on the show.
Oh my gosh, man, I hated this movie. This movie made me remember why, for the most part, I don't watch modern horror anymore. At least not mainstream modern horror.
No,
I've just lost hope in the genre. Like it's terrible. 1.5.
Solid. Nate. Hit me, brother.
I mean, he had the lowest score in history for about, I don't know, a
Ooh.
minute.
Ooh.
Nate's trying to
I'm
one up me
I'm
now.
going with a 1. Like,
Wow.
I did not enjoy this movie. I enjoyed the practical effects. I could not get over just that feeling of like these kids would have probably called the police on a black man for checking his mail. Like, I hated those characters so much.
Yep.
I just could not get past what it was doing to the legacy of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And I'm like, there's some really bad sequels, but somehow you found a way to just like literally take a crap on everything. And it blows my mind.
It was like the Hobbs stickers, where he's pissing on everything.
Yeah, that's literally it.
That's what
it might as well have been.
Like, let's just take Chainsaw
this
Massacre
label.
Yeah, just piss all over.
Because this movie, it lacks the terror, it lacks the grit, it lacks the power of the chainsaw, it lacks the fear of a sadistic family.
Mm-hmm.
One of the great things about the original is how loud and frightening that chainsaw is. Like, when I first got my sound bar, like that was one of the first movies I popped on because it's so terrifying and like just having that extra surround sound.
Idles, the chainsaw idles in this movie before it goes full throttle. In the original, there's no sound till he's coming at you with the chainsaw on screen. And it's that instant, like nothing. That's how that one was. This one was, and then it would get louder.
Like as if he's trying to be sneaky with a chainsaw.
I'm going to sneak up on him. So I guess that means it's my turn.
Yeah, that's you. I've had enough of talking about this world's shortest episode for us.
I'm going to do something that's probably way more terrifying than this movie.
He's going to give it a high rating.
No.
Nope. I'm throwing caution to the wind, and I'm giving it a 2. A 2.
Oh, no.
I did it.
Calling the lawyers.
Yeah, that's okay. Dan doesn't listen to the podcast, so I think you'll be okay.
That's right.
We just won't tell him. We won't tell him.
No one say anything.
Pete's going to tell him.
Oh, Pete.
Damn it, Pete. No, because somehow, although your guys' numbers was lower, I feel that Dan's 2 is even lower than that. That's how I feel.
You know what? You're right. A Dan 2 is the ultimate insult.
Yeah. It's like, I'm not even going to give it a 0. You get a 2.
Yes, exactly.
And basically, I'm going to do this. How many times did I go, whoa, in this movie? Twice. Twice. When he shoved the dude's wrist into the dude's neck after he broke it.
That was.
Yep,
I
that
was
was definitely a whoa moment.
Yep. That was awesome. It's a tie because I don't want to give anything more than a 2. Sledgehammer to the face and cutting the girl's head off at the end. Because sledgehammer to the face, I was cheering. Not that character died, that it wasn't just one and done.
Camera didn't like cut away. It just kept going further.
It just
in.
kept going.
That really blew my mind.
She's under the bed witnessing it. And I was like, I like that. Thank you for that. And it made me not jump, but I was caught off guard when he ripped the girl out of the car at the end. I was expecting a post-credit scene for him to come back. But I'm giving it a Dan 2. It gets a Dan 2.
Because that's
Dan
worse than
2.
a 0. I agree.
That is.
It's worse than a 0.
Collectively, the worst reviewed movie on the show.
And all I can do is, and I we didn't do any drops for this because I didn't want to play the chainsaw over and over again. There's no really good dialogue. The only thing that kept running through my mind watching this movie was,
look how they massacred my boy.
Look how they massacred my boy. I just can't do it, man.
Yeah.
This wasn't Chainsaw Massacre. This wasn't well done. This wasn't satire. This wasn't woke. This wasn't horror. This was a cash grab to jump on the trending train of Halloween, Scream. Every time they try to, Jason's been stuck in litigation. Otherwise, we would have probably already had something similar to this, which now I don't think we can unless the original writer does his own sequel to Friday the 13th, because he owns. I've seen this too. People aren't understanding
It's
what
so
that.
confusing right now. I've tried to keep up with it
It
with
is
each update.
extremely confusing.
The last thing
doesn't
was
own-
someone didn't file the correct paperwork in time, so it
Right.
was defaulting the case.
But if everything clears and he gets it back, he doesn't own Hockey Face Jason.
Nope.
He owns Mrs. Voorhees and the child Jason.
Yep.
So
if
you would
he can
have
do
to
a
give
sequel,
Jason a different mask.
it would be a totally different
There's
Jason.
room for that to, I guess, kind of make a new iconic Jason for a newer generation. I have no problem with that.
Just come off of that one with a unique story that doesn't have to be what it is now. But that's another misconception, is people think, well, we're not going to ever see Jason again. No, you're going to get
It'll
the Jason we all
happen.
know. It's now we won't have Pamela Voorhees unless you're watching one of the other movies she's already been in, because they can't do anything about that. But litigations with this crap, people getting their rights back to their original screenplays. It's that time now. I think it's 40 years. Is that what it is? When certain properties revert back and you have to.
Yeah, it's the.
I don't
thought
know.
it was like,
It's
I
confusing.
can't remember how long.
36 years.
It's a
30
weird number.
it is.
Yeah.
And then on top of
And
that,
if
like,
you don't file for it, you don't get it back. You have to be like actively trying to get it at the time that it comes up.
Yeah.
and if you pass away, like, it goes to your estate. So whoever owns your estate then kind of makes the decision from there.
Yeah.
Which is like
It's-
kind of where we're at for another Nightmare on Elm Street, if it were to occur. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
A-
Interesting
and
times.
I've seen it asked too, where people are like, why do they keep making movies? Why are they just spitting these out? That's how they keep the properties.
Yep. That's
If
literally
they
it.
don't make a movie, they lose the license. So sometimes you're like, that was dog shit. Why did they even put that out there? They want the license.
That's why we have
they
like
want to keep that
19
there.
bad Hellraiser movies.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
Or
Is
Roger
the second
Corman's
you
Fantastic
don't make
Four.
one,
Yeah.
If you don't make it, you lose it.
Mhm.
There's
So
been cases
that's-
where it's literally like, this is a totally different movie. Slap the brand on it and release it.
yeah, the Hellraiser movies.
Yeah.
That the last few, except for the redos that they did where they recast him, were totally different stories that they went, name it Hellraiser, we're about to lose the property.
Get one out.
Yeah, it was throw Pinhead in at the beginning and the end. The rest of the story was another writer's, and they called it Hellraiser. That's how all the last three, after the space one, were all different stories. But that totally another show on that one. Guys, I think we beat it to death. We've probably pissed off half of our fan base. I'm sorry, guys. We're honest.
Yep.
I didn't want to fake enjoying this.
No, this was
And
actually
yet-
really rough to do. Like, I want to enjoy the movies we do. There's plenty of shows
Yeah.
that just do what this was. And it's like, I don't ever want to be that. But
Yeah.
like,
And for my
this made me mad.
I watch crappy movies, and I enjoy them, and and with being
Yeah.
a horror fan, I'm loving the originals. Leatherface, Freddy, Jason, Michael. I want to enjoy a retelling, and just unfortunately, just didn't happen this time.
Yeah,
around.
I'm never
I
one to
enjoy-
like bash on the new stuff, because it's like, no, I want a new generation to find this and enjoy it, because I understand not everyone's going to seek it out, but when you do like a re-release like this or a reboot, it gives you an opportunity to get a re-release of the original as well. I mean,
Yeah.
it's awesome. It's a win-win
This-
situation.
This one just didn't inject any new blood into the franchise. It
No.
just rehashed everything else that, look, the horror fandom knows what we like. It really is. You're going to have fans regardless of the movie you put out. It can be utter garbage and someone will enjoy it. But if you don't have the heart in it, don't mess with existing properties like Chainsaw Massacre or Friday the 13th or something. Leave
Yeah.
it for someone that actually has a good story that adds to the lore, not just tries to dogpile on because of the name.
To
So,
me,
I have a story and I'm going to make it fit this. No, give me a a story, not your story you have an idea for, cram it into a Texas Chainsaw title.
the wrestling show on the network just did like their Mount Rushmore of pro wrestlers. And like, to me, if I were to do a Mount Rushmore of horror movies, the original TCM is on it.
Yes.
I think so. Yeah. Just because of when we got it, what it did, and it's not a
what
slasher.
It's still doing, you know?
Yeah. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the first one, is not a slasher film.
No.
It is a horror film.
Yep.
To have been rated R, in some places restricted even further, and only having an ounce of blood in it. That says a lot about the filmmaker and how the film was done.
Mm-hmm. It really does.
I was reading something again, and it was about, Britain is really strict on their stuff, and they're like, well, it's going to get restricted, and they go, well, how can we cut it? And the guy that does that stuff to cut them to get it released went, I don't know what to cut. There's no violence. It's the impending dread and doom that the movie instills in you. I can't cut that out, and that's what's getting it restricted.
The score to that
we
is
didn't
terrifying.
Get that.
When you hear
we
like
didn't
that,
get that.
Not at all.
High-pitched noise. Ugh.
Yeah. So, all right, we're done harping. All right, Sludge, plug your stuff, brother.
Man, check us out at least twice a month at the Monster Movie Stompdown. You can find us on Podbean, Spotify, iTunes, or Apple Podcasts, the whole thing.
Whatever they're calling it now.
Everywhere. You can find us on Instagram at the Monster Movie Stompdown. You can also find us on Facebook at the Monster Movie Stompdown group. Definitely come join us, because we are now, starting next week, giving you 3 days a week of fresh content you can only get on the social media sites outside the show, and a lot of cool stuff coming. But find us at the Monster Movie Stompdown.
That's awesome. Nate and I are still plugging away at Instagram. He's got a commanding lead on me, but I'll pull out some big guns here later. I'm saving it.
Oh no.
So follow us over at Give Me Back My Horror Movies on Instagram. I run the Give Me Back My Action Movies on Instagram. Yes, we have 2 different genres on one channel. You're welcome. So we have the Give Me Back My Horror Movies Facebook group, the Give Me Back My Action Movies Facebook group. Always find us there. Those groups are super active. There's always something being posted, always questions. They're already talking about this movie here in it. It was bound to happen. We try to keep things as spoiler free as possible. So we do try to keep an eye on that to make sure we don't ruin anybody having a good time with their movies.
It's definitely
life gets in the way
when something like this is available to everyone instantly, compared to like Scream, where it was like actively you had to go to the theaters. You know?
Yeah, you had to go seek it out. This one it dropped on like a Thursday. It dropped on a Thursday, and everyone had watched it before Friday. And I'm like, I got to work. I want to sit down and watch. I didn't get to watch it till Sunday, and there was really nothing they could really spoil in this movie for me, I guess. Ultimately, he lives at the end. I mean, is that really spoiling a Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie?
Is it really?
I don't think so.
Any horror movie?
People die from chainsaw damage. Okay, you didn't spoil anything. I know what I'm getting in this movie. But no, we try to have a good time over there. Give us if you want to talk to us directly, give us a suggestion, tell us we suck. You can at Nate at GMBMAM at POD@gmail.com, and I'll make sure he gets all of those. You can also at him at his Instagram account. Don't put anything on mine. I have tender feelings. Nate's stronger than me.
Yeah,
but
bring it.
Yeah, he's ready for it. I want to thank everybody that supports us, all the other channels, Good Beer Bad Movie Night podcast. We have
Tales from the Haunt.
Yeah,
we have Tales from the Haunt.
You off. I'm so sorry.
I know I was working through my list there, Nate, but thank you. Yeah,
you
we
were
have
pausing. I was like, I got you, buddy.
Give my brain a second to shift gears to the new shows. So we do have 2 brand new shows to the network. We have Tales from the Haunt, featuring Flynn Hendricks and Just Jeff. Gotta love Just Jeff, man. I love that name. I wish I'd have thought of that. And we also have I Know You Hear Me, featuring Flynn Hendricks. It's an interview show. So both shows are definitely a little different than what you get here. The one is an interview show. They just interview anyone about their walk in life, where they are right now. It could be voice actors, which is what Flynn is, and an indie professional wrestler. It can be somebody that owns a business, someone that's a musician. It doesn't matter. Tales from the Haunt is about their side jobs as haunted house actors. They both work at local haunted houses around where they live. I don't know if I should say where they live. They say it on the show, so go check them out, find out where they live. And they tell stories, and they're going to have people on like makeup effects artists, other actors, and just telling fun stories about their time in the haunted houses. Who else? Oh, we have Gimme Back My Pro Wrestling is up and running and live.
It is awesome.
Dan and Jimmy went out of the gate hard, like Nate said, with their Mount Rushmore of wrestling. They ruffled feathers before the show even came out. I was quite impressed with the way Jimmy did that.
Yeah, that was genius promoting right there.
He would drop a picture of what you were thinking they picked as their Rushmore. Then he would drop a different picture of different wrestlers on the Rushmore. I was like, I see what you're doing. And boy, it really got some people riled. It was fun. So check those guys out. They're on a totally separate feed. They're on all the same catchers as us: Podbean, Spotify, Apple. If you can get a podcast on it, we're on it. Am I forgetting any of our shows, guys? Because we've added a lot. I think
know. Did you add anything else in between now and like last Friday?
Yeah, like I think you got them all.
I have a bad habit of that, but that's how we grow, boys.
That is.
I'm always moving and shaking. I'm always getting things done here. Again, our normal thank yous to everyone that supports us. Poster Smash, the guys over at Witch House, Mountain Empire Comics in Johnson City and Bristol, Tennessee. Go check those guys out. We'll probably do a little mini meet and greet there whenever we do Free Comic Book Day. I think I'm going to try and get the dates from Diane for me and Sludge, maybe to at least pop our face over there for a second or two.
We'll definitely do it. Love them.
Yeah. Hand some swag out face to face to the 5 people that listen to us. We love you guys. Is that it? I don't have a list like Dan does. I do this off the top of my head.
Hey, it's
I
your
think
show.
That's it.
I guess
yeah.
That's it. Beats me.
I think that's it.
I'm gonna go.
It's our show, guys. I don't own these shows anymore. They've morphed into something.
I'm gonna go
else.
feel better and watch a remake that's actually good. So,
yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna go.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, I'm gonna go do that. So
I'm gonna go yell at my
guys.
Netflix.
Thanks for sitting there listening to us complain about this movie, and we'll try to pick one that we're a bit more happy and excited to do. Pete may be back. We'll see how that works out.
Yeah,
with
maybe
him.
we'll just let Pete pick one.
Yeah,
I don't know. We want to pick a
I need
good
to come
movie.
back at some point for a good one. I feel like.
What are you talking about? You were on for Starship Troopers. Come on,
yeah,
man.
It don't get better than that.
Then we did Dead Heat. I always bring you on for the bangers.
You do bring me on for the best ones.
I do.
I
this one
appreciate
was,
that.
hey, man, I need a third.
I know.
Go watch this movie.
And Pete messaged me. He's like, "I'm sorry, you got tricked into that movie." I'm like,
Although I would have loved to hear Pete's reaction on it. I'll have to get him on a private message.
Pete would have quit.
Like, this is my last one.
He just started and he quit.
Yeah.
I don't know. He didn't quit after House by the Cemetery, so I think
that's better
he's
than
with
this
us for a while.
I mean,
that's way better than this.
I mean, I ain't seen that
Yeah.
in a while, but that's still what I remember better than this movie.
You don't need to go revisit anytime soon. I'll tell you that right now. All right, we're done rambling, boys. Nate, get us out of here with the good word, brother.
I got the poo on me.
Hail to the king, baby.
Bloody marvellous, bloody marvellous.